genuinely date for love. Y'all have ruined the women who genuinely date for love. So now you stuck with the ones that date for money. She's done walking away empty-handed, and that's all thanks to you, my brother. Women are officially afraid to give men their hearts. You know how tiring it is to go from talking stage to talking stage, relationship to relationship? You can only come into a relationship pure-hearted so many times, you feel me? Women experience that all day, every day, because they constantly have guys trying to get with them. So you know what the real flex is in life? Taking a woman out of her survival mode and putting her into her soft feminine mode. If you could do that, the world is your oyster. Because that means she genuinely felt safe and secure enough with you to just let go of the wheel, just to trust and follow in your leadership. You feel me? That's rare nowadays, because most of y'all don't even know how to lead, and the ones that act like they know how to lead, they literally can't lead financially. So it's hard and it's rare nowadays.
Hello, everyone. Welcome again to K Podcast. So, I'm happy that I put that intro. That intro was the best because this is the thing. A lot of men are coming out now crying about their dating life, crying about online dating and how it sucks because, before online dating, women were giving it a chance. And after the whole, Bumble thing and women finally understanding that even the dating sites are using them to make money, they were like, wow, okay, we're gonna have to step back. A lot of women are even stepping out. They are not using dating apps anymore because they feel like they're being used. And also the ones that are in the dating apps, many of them, they're looking for one particular thing. If they're looking for a relationship and you are out there talking about, oh, I'm not here for a serious relationship, a lot of those women will not even bother to talk to you anymore because they're starting to understand that the bar literally was in hell. And you have been getting away, a lot of men have been getting away with using women for a long time. You will see a woman that will be with a man for like 10 years and he's not married to her. She's still working to provide for herself. They're doing a whole 50-50 relationship thing and all of that. And she probably have like 4 or 5 kids by this man. So, and the man is not really doing anything to contribute to her life. Instead, she's still being stressed out. Even a lot of women are also leaving those kind of relationship because they are also understanding that it's not beneficial for them. And I am happy for those women that have woken up because this is the thing. There was another topic I want to talk about. And I want to call that next podcast, They Are Not Us, because there are some pygmies out here, even some dangerous women that, when we had the bear thing and saying, who would you rather pick? There were some women, that's a lot of women say they picked the bear. And I was so disappointed when some case came out about a guy that did horrific things to 2 women. And, palm colored women, by the way, were the ones talking about he's cute. I look at the guy, say he looks like a monster. Now, that is not about that. That is going to be on my next podcast. This other one over here is about this guy coming out, crying about his dating life and how it sucks. And, him being in dating apps and literally talking about coffee dates. Now, like I said before, if a guy, I've said this time without number, if a guy asks you out for a coffee date, drink the coffee at home, Netflix and chill. If you like him very much, let's say you really want to know him, FaceTime or call, talk to each other on the phone if he wants to be that low budgeted. Because this is the thing, when you start deciding, oh my god, it's a coffee date, I'm just gonna go, the bar is already in hell and is only gonna go lower because you accepted that date. And this is a lot of things that a lot of these men do not understand, because the red pill content have literally told them you are the whatever, what did they say? I can't remember. That they are the ones that, women are supposed to be pursuing you and all of that. And a coffee date should be okay. No, if you're not serious about somebody, then don't go on a date at all. If you want to talk to somebody, and some people were like, oh, but maybe if they are not vibing, maybe they don't vibe on FaceTime or something. So I'm like, if you can't vibe on phone, then you will not vibe in real life. Let's just get that straight. You get me? So let me just bring up this video over here.
Single, and I'm out there, looking and have these apps, and I don't know if other guys go through this, but it has been horrible. All I do is, sure, I get matches, school, stuff like that. We have a little bit of conversation. It's either you get ghosted or
because you're not putting any energy, you're not showing any interest, you are asking them for a coffee date. A lot of women know that when once it starts with a coffee date, it is just going to go to hell by then, because she accepted that. She did not treat herself as worthy. She believes that you don't see her as worthy of taking her on a normal date to show her, oh my God, because this is the thing. A lot of people are like, maybe you want to show out later. Hey, go on a normal, regular date if you really like that person. Let's continue.
You talk to them for a little, then out of nowhere, they're like, hey, I'm talking to somebody. Didn't even meet. Maybe exchanged like 2 sentences. It's frustrating out there.
And there was another video that he made talking about this girl that ghosted him. Let me just bring this up because he asked her out on a coffee date. He did make another video trying to explain his side and literally, trying to explain what after the video that I'm about to show here, because this was another video that he made in particularly about this topic.
Dating life is a joke. I can't even make this up anymore. Like I can't even make this stuff up. I'm talking to this girl, we're texting for a little bit, it's going well. I say, hey, do you like coffee? She says, yeah, I love coffee. So in my mind, I'm like, okay, cool. We mesh on something. Do you want to get coffee sometime? So she texts back and she says, this isn't going to work for me. We have different approaches / principles to dating, and I'm not going to waste our time any further. And she blocked me.
Which is on her own right. She has her own right to do that. Yeah. Because let me just say this. She probably have a coffee making machine at home. Just because she like coffee does not mean she want to have it with a stranger. And especially somebody that is looking to go into a relationship, because this is what you did not come up with a good impression, first impression. So that's on you, buddy. And secondly, let's just say this. Secondly, the craziest part of it is, you think even if she would want to go out and have coffee, she would probably go out with her friends or somebody if that is what she really wants, not with a guy that is pursuing her, probably expecting something in the future like marriage and all of that. If you start with a coffee date, the thing is, a lot of people are like, maybe that's from the start and then later on it gets better. I'm like, no. You have to show first impressions matter a lot. It's like you are going to get a job. You are going to a job interview. You don't look raggedy. You don't look unprofessional to go to a job interview and be like, oh, hey, I'm looking for a job. But the way I look right now, the way I look unprofessional right now, don't worry. This is just from the start. But later on, it will get better. Or you try to do a shitty job from the start and be like, oh, don't worry, in future it's going to get better. No, it's not. Nobody's going to employ you. Nowhere in the world that anybody will do that. And this is the thing. A lot of people expect women to settle and be like, oh my God, yeah, this is first. Okay, you're just downing it down. No, put it up there. Show me what you're capable of doing. Show me the person. If you're saying that, okay, maybe later on in future you want to splash, start splashing from now. Show me. My what to you?
You just said you love coffee. What's wrong with getting coffee? Like, that is a easy way to talk, get to know somebody a little more, and just enjoy.
You could do that in FaceTime or call each other on the phone. There's no need to meet then. There is no need. Why go out on a coffee then sit at home, FaceTime, or call each other? A normal phone call, a text message, text each other and talk about what you really want to talk about in that coffee date until you find out if it's really, in fact, this is supposed to be a conversation you have with this person even when you are at the dating side, asking them their priorities, asking them what they are looking for. Those information that you're trying to get from this person, you could have gotten it from even that dating app that you are in. But this is the thing. He wants to know if she's worth spending all that money and all of that. That's just nuts.
A warm or cold beverage with caffeine.
Okay, now this is the second video he made. Let me bring the second to reply this particular video that he made.
Attention, there was a lot of comments. So my last video got a lot of attention. There was a lot of comments and a lot of things being said, and I want to kind of dive into that and clarify a few things. I just want to go ahead and say there's no animosity, no anger, or anything like that. It's just openly talking about these things. There's no need to be ugly. So a lot of you agreed with me that a coffee date was a pretty good date to get things started.
Yeah, the pick-me's. I'm going to say this. Even I was in the comment section. I saw a pick-me and they're being like, a coffee date is normal. I'm like, why ain't you dating him? Then go out on a coffee date then. Nobody's holding you. But you won't though. You don't want to, but you want to be twiddling your tiny fingers in the commentary section, be like, I think a coffee date is good. That's why some of you be marrying dusty men out here, and they be treating you like trash. They be using that money, cheating on you, not giving you a cent, and then you drop 4 or 5 babies for this man, and they will leave you and go after a woman that is what I call the finish line woman, because you placed yourself so low. When you place yourself so low as a woman, from the beginning of any kind of date, when he's talking about a coffee date, it's okay. Nah, he would not expect a coffee date from a woman that he feels like is his kind of finish line woman. A man that wants to treat you that way, no. From the beginning, this is how you want to start a relationship? No. I've seen men that are married to women that are like, oh, you know what? I didn't ask for much. I've seen it myself. They're like, I didn't ask for much, so I was just there for him and all of this and that. But when he got money, or whenever he has money, he takes the money to his girlfriend and spread it all over. And I'm like, yeah, because you wanted that. You wanted to marry or be from the beginning the helper of this man, and he put a ring on your finger, and now you're gonna stay there helping while he's taking all the money out of the house and spreading it on the finish line girl. That is what I call them, the finish line girl, the ones that are waiting at the finish line, not the ones that are sitting down and you know, let me tell you something, ladies. First thing I always say, men do not love like women love. Men's love are conditional. Conditional. And let me explain this. You will hear men talk about women's body. If you are not pretty enough, that is a conditional love. Or some of them will talk about, oh, okay, she does this for me, she does that. Conditional. It's always conditional. And this goes from, average men and average income, low income, to high end men that earn highly, billionaires and trillionaires. This is the thing. The man that is down there that is not earning a lot, he is just trying to go by, and he's looking for a woman that is just gonna be there most of the time to struggle with him. That's why you've been hearing the 50-50 thing running around, and all the red pill content, people talking about, oh, you need to take her on a coffee date, don't treat her so good, don't do this, don't do that. No. And you see a lot of men resonate with all those kind of topics because they are broke themselves. But let me tell you something. If they get to that stage where they have that money, do you think the next girl they're going to ask out or ask for anything is going to be like, because he's going to get to that point anyway. He's going to talk about billionaires and trillionaires, but he wants to take a girl out on a coffee date. Make that make sense. Make it make sense, because he talks about it in this particular video as well. When he gets to that finish line and he finds the woman that he actually thinks he really likes, and normally comes with a condition of her being very, very pretty, he's not going to be out there asking her, do you want a coffee date or something? No, he's going to want to splash. He's going to want to show her that he is interested in her. So when I hear women coming out here talking about a guy asked me for a coffee date, I'm like, what are you talking about? Then have the coffee at home. You don't have coffee machine at home? Make your coffee at home. Make your coffee.
And see if we mesh, stuff like that. But a few of you disagreed. Some people said it was a very low effort date. But if you're showing all of your cards right off the bat and doing something super extravagant, how are you supposed to progress to show that?
Okay, that's the craziest thing. So, like I said before, if you go to a job interview, you want to look raggedy, right? So that you will progress also. In which part in human life is it acceptable to start with, just being basic? When it comes to job, when it comes to any other aspect of life, you have to show up at your best. But when it comes to you looking for a woman, a partner that you're looking for, you want to start at the low. Nah, just say you broke or you didn't have enough money to take that girl on a decent date, and then wait until you have enough money to take her on a decent date instead of coming into the internet. Because at this point, he made, like, if you go into his channel, he made like 3 or 4 videos crying about not finding a woman and all of this. No woman is gonna take you serious. Pick me might take you serious, because I've noticed a lot of things now. The pick me's are the ones suffering now. You see a woman with 5 kids and she be talking about how she struggled with a man, and how the man does not respect or love her, how the man hates her. Let's continue.
That person that they mean something very special to you. Unless you are a billionaire, we all have limitations.
Unless you're a billionaire. Yeah, so you do understand that. Okay, so if you were a billionaire, would you have asked her for a coffee date? Probably not. But you want to put in a very low effort in taking whomever you were chatting with on this date. And she probably saw the nonsense. And she probably know, because a lot of women have been talking about this. There are a lot of channels out here that, support women in finding men that are going to treat them like princesses, and not men that are going to come out and be like, you want to go get coffee? Dude, I can stay home, Netflix and chill, cook my own food, have coffee, and when I'm tired, sleep. Why? This is another thing. Why would she want to spend that time that she could be using to do all the things that I said, that is good things, by the way, to come meet you? This is another part why I feel like some men out here are very entitled. Why do you think you are entitled to her coming with you on a date that is low effort, that you plan, that is like, hey, you want to go get coffee? Oh, excuse me, I got coffee at home. I'm going to drink it over here. Yeah. I'm not going on a coffee date. How much is a coffee date? Oh, it's just to get to know you. Why? Because if you're starting this way, it's only going to get worse later. You're going to be like, later on down in the road, it's going to be like, I only take her for a coffee date and she is very cheap. The girl is going to be a cheap girl, because at the end of the day, let's say you make it tomorrow, that you're not going to remember when you asked her on a coffee date and she was very understanding, because, nowadays women are not doing the understanding thing anymore. And she was very understanding and went on that coffee date with you. No, all of that is going to be thrown to the trash. You're just going to be like, she's not at my level anymore. And you're going to go with the one, let's be sincere, that would never accept a coffee date.
Not to mention, as a guy, you're spending a lot of time and resources toward this person, and you're not even sure if it's going to work out at all.
You cannot be making this shit up. You cannot be making this up. Oh, so you want to go test it out, but you don't want to take her on a normal date. So you want to know if it's going to work out. Oh my God. Some of these men are are out of pocket out here. I'm not gonna lie. Some of them, when they open their mouth. So you want to test it out. You want to test her as a product out if it's gonna work. So you mean you want to go on a coffee date and still get some, and then find out later on after 3 months, 4 months, 10 years later on in her life if she's the one. No, you know what? I'm gonna make another podcast after this one immediately because there is another thing that I've been getting in my mind and have been disturbing me. I've seen women in 10 years relationship, 20 years, 25 years, and they've been waiting for that ring just for the man to put. He is not, if he didn't want to marry you from start, he's not gonna marry you. He's still gonna be telling you, I'm looking for a woman that is what, is what me. And then you are out here doing wife duties, cooking, cleaning, having dozens of kids, and he ain't still gonna do nothing for you. And then you're gonna find out down the line, oh my God, I should have known. And another thing I want to tell ladies, please, if a man tells you from the beginning that he's not looking for anything serious, and you are somebody that you are looking for a serious relationship, and he's telling you he wants to figure things out, nah. He wants to see where it goes, nah. Ask him, like, what are you looking for? And if he's like, I want to see if it works out or not, nah. See, another thing is, if you really like the person, this is on you. You can say, okay, let's work things out, but there's not gonna be any sexual contact between the two of us. We're gonna keep our hands to ourselves and get to know each other since we are buddies now. And I would say give him 3 months. And in that 3 months, he better show you and come with his best resume. Because in all aspects of life, let's say you want to go visit somebody, you want to go, even to go to a bar, a good bar, to go to a club, to go to anywhere corporately, you have to look good. Even to boutiques, to shops, you can't dress raggedy and go into a lot of shops. They will not allow you in. They would think you are a homeless person. They will think you are a homeless person. There are a lot of businesses out here that you cannot dress anyhow and enter inside. They will not let you because first impressions matters. But when it comes to women, you want to just, let's just do it the way we want it. Nah.
Now, I will say that what I could have done a little better is probably extended the texting period. But instead, I like to see people face to face. I like to interact. I like to talk to people, do things. So within, I believe it was 3 days, I asked about coffee, and I did have a date, and I set a date and time. Then we come to maybe she just didn't like coffee dates, and to each their own. Maybe she didn't, and that's perfectly okay. But cutting someone completely off without any kind of communication, just that's what you said and it's over, does not sit well.
Oh yeah, he does, because she's in her own right to decide to do with that communication line whatever she wants to do with it. She's found out for 3 days straight. Was she supposed to be be in communication with you for the next 8 years for you to be like, okay, now you can go? No, she's within her rights to ghost you. She's within her right to ghost you, because for 3 days, 3 consecutive days, you've been talking to this person. 3 days. Do you know what is 3 days? She could have been doing any other thing. Meanwhile, she was in communication with you, spending all that time talking to you for 3 days for you to come outside and be like, let's go on a coffee date. Yeah, she already seen how you value her. Your first impression already spoke louder to her. That's why she probably blocked you, and she's within her rights to do that. And I say to that girl, congratulations, thank you very much, because a lot of these men need to start learning on how to court women. You have to learn how to court women. She did a great job by cutting you off, by the way, because if you're gonna be out here wasting somebody's time for 3 days talking with that, in communication with that person, and then you came out with a coffee date, I'll block you too. I'll block your ass too.
I've also been seeing if she was a low value person, why would you even try to set up a date for a low value person? No one ever said she was a low value person, but there's always that potential because
Yeah, but that is how you probably feel because he was talking about if you were a billionaire, it's different. So this is the thing. Some of these men are just looking for women to pass the time until, they get to whatever destination they have in their head. But this is the thing. Nah, no, I'm happy she did that to you though. Because a lot of you don't know how to court women. You don't know how to be nice, how to make women want to like you. You make women go, ew. You make women go, what? And that is the first impression you're giving. If she's starting with, if she feels that way and then she would accept that date, let me say this, the bar would be in hell for her because she accepted that coffee date. It would literally be in hell. I'm not lying. Because you're going to be like, you accepted a coffee date because that is how you value yourself. Men don't see, if you're a woman and you don't have value for yourself, let me tell you something. Men will not see any value in you either. They will not come and be like, oh my God, let me install some value on you. Now, normally, when you carry yourself like you value yourself, they're going to be like, okay, she knows what she wants. She knows what she wants. And she's not going to settle. Either I come with it or I move on and let the next person that has it come over. Yeah.
that's what the coffee date is for, to get to know them, to talk to them a little bit more other than just phone calls and text. I get to see a person in front of me and be personable with them and get a sense of their character. So by no means am I insinuating that she was low value at all, because I don't know. In the end, I tried. I was very hopeful. It didn't work out. That's okay. There are plenty more fish in the sea, but the dating scene is still extremely frustrating, and it seems like there are very, very many hoops to jump through, and I don't think it should be like that at all.
Coffee day. Oh my God, there is so many hoops to jump through. Oh, because she did not want to go on a coffee day. There's so many hoops. What hoops? You did not come straight, sir. You did not come like you want to date this person. You asked this person for a coffee date. Go, okay, then I would say this. Then go to a job interview looking raggedy and see if they pick your ass. Yeah, go to a job interview looking unprofessional and be like, you know what? I don't want you guys to expect that, I'm just checking this out and see if they even call you back. Every aspect of life, people have to be professional. But when it comes to relationship with women, all hell, the bar goes to hell at that point. Is, you should accept me at my worst. Oh, you know what? I'm not saying she's a low value woman, but I wouldn't take her on a normal date. I've wasted her time for 3 days and she blocked me. Now I think that for her to not want to go on a coffee date with me is now hoops that I have to jump through. That's crazy, dude. You know what? We're gonna end it here, by the way. Ladies, I know you haven't heard from me for a long time. It's not easy out here in the streets, especially, I'm just gonna say this. YouTube takes a lot of time out of a lot of things that you're supposed to be doing in real life, and trying to, build your own self. So I just focused on more of my things that I'm doing outside of YouTube, but I'm gonna be trying to make videos and come back whenever I have the time to, because there are a lot of things out here that I see sometimes and I just sigh. I'm like, I really don't have time for this nonsense. I think a lot of women should now start thinking about yourself. Not only that, be selfish, be self-centered. Yes, I said that. Be selfish and be self-centered, especially when it comes to relationship. Because like I said before, men don't love like women love. Women love, I call women's love hopelessness. Women love hopelessly. That's how women love. Women love hopelessly. They will love you through any fault, anything that you do. But men's love are very conditional. Now, with that being said, I'm going to say this. Have a great day, everyone. Do not forget to press that like button. Let me know what you think about this particular topic. Would you go on a coffee date? Yes or no? Let me know in the commentary section. And I will see you all next time. Have a great day and goodbye.